a warm welcome, Gambia and Sierra Leone. Of course, the only country where I have to pronounce my name. Well, this is Generation Next, a youth movement platform geared towards inspiring, motivating, and directing young people's participation towards responsibilities in the developing society. We are working to raise awareness on issues and challenges the youth are faced with in order to effect a positive change. It is against this background we're here every fortnight to continue the inspiration and the movement. Of course, the motivation as well. Today, my guest, obviously, it's not physical. It was on Zoom, of course, Facebook Live. And like I always say, if you want to get the full story, you know where to get it. Get to our Facebook page, our LinkedIn page, our Instagram page, even TikTok as well. All you have to do is search for Generation Next, and you would continue to see my face. Yes, today we had another young person doing remarkably well, not here in Gambia, all the way in Sierra Leone, but of course with a positive positive touch here in Gambia. Her name is Aminata Fatma Kande, and she is the CEO / founder of Agrofish Farm, and doing remarkably well. Of course, to every story, it's never an easy journey. She took us through how she began. And like I always say, to every girl you're seeing now has a story. And the journey is never easy. But of course, I was able to get few points that she mentioned, that she, of course, advised us, the young people. And I felt it's imperative that at least I share that with you, my beautiful audience. Of course, among the things she talk about, she said it's important that you know what you want, because actually knowing what you want leads you to where you're going to. Oftentimes we tend to merely say we want to achieve this, or I want to get this. Of course, I can use myself as an example. When I was growing up, let's say when I was in high school, I'm like, yes, I want to be this when I graduated, but I didn't know actually if that is what I wanted. I didn't know the direction that I was going to take to get there. So it's important that you understand, you know what you want, but in knowing what you want also, you need a mentor. She mentioned mentorship, because oftentimes we are full of things that we see, and we're quick to say, oh, of course, you see someone doing well and you're quick to say, well, I want to be like her, I want to be there, I want to get what she get. But oftentimes we don't know, like I said, how the person was able to get to the place that she has got to. This is why it's important that you've got a mentor, someone who is able to guide you, someone who has been there, someone who's done it, someone who's seen it, to take you through the right path. Also, among the things she talked about, she mentioned frugal spending, frugal in your spending. Oftentimes, I guess I've seen a whole lot of entrepreneurs, if you like, who perhaps tend to mix their business with themselves. Remember, whatever your business achieves, whatever you get, whatever promotion you're getting from your business, it's your business. It's personal. It has nothing to do with you. So it's important that we identify that oftentimes we're not growing. You are into a business, but you're not growing. Even you might be drawn back. It's important that you look at your spending and look at how you're able to separate the business from yourself. That she talked about. She also mentioned that competing, when you're competing, you compete with yourself. Well, it's important. Now social media has got it, and oftentimes when we look at social media, we see people doing well, or you see someone who is actually glaring, and you tend to compete yourself with that person. You tend to compete with that person. So oftentimes it's better you compete with yourself. That is, where are you now today, or where are you today, and what can you do to be better? It's like always a best version of yourself. Compete with the best version of yourself. It's important. She talked about that. She also talked about self-taught. You don't have to be in your little corner, in your little comfort zone, and you expect people to teach you everything that you need to know. You need to put in the effort. Put in the effort, put in the work, teach yourself. There are certain things you need, not anybody to teach you that, but it requires your effort for you to be able to get that. So she mentioned that. She also talked about networking, and it's a piece of advice for all of us, including myself. She is able to get to where she is because she networks well. You need to talk. Yes, it's important. We have some level of shyness. Sometimes you get to a place and you're too, perhaps, if you like, you're too shy, or you're too in your corner to actually speak out. Or sometimes it's important that you just swallow that pride I don't know if it's pride. If it is, try to swallow that pride and at least network, because networking gets you far. It's important. She also say, see and feel what you read. Yes, it's important. We read books in primary schools, in high schools, in senior secondary school. We read stories. We read perhaps things that we've been taught back in school days, but because we don't see those things, we don't feel those things, so it's practically impossible sometimes to actually know what we're talking about. Remember, when you feel things, when you're able to practicalize what you've been taught in books or what you've read in books, it gives you an edge over others. So it's important. When she mentioned that she was fortunate to travel to other countries, and it was at least she was able to see some of these, because she's into fish farming. She was able to see what she studied. She was able to touch it. Now she understands deeply what that entails. So it's important that we, we see and feel what we read. So these were some of the takeaways. I don't know if I did justice to it, but hey ho, those were some of the takeaways I took from her story. And like I said, if you want to know the full story, please get to our page. And also, please, we need your feedback. Please, we need your comment, because your comment, your feedback would help us grow. We want to grow. We want to network equally. We want to be beyond. We are competing with ourselves. So we want to be more than where we are. And we believe that in doing so, we need your comment. We need your recommendation. So keep them coming. We'll be very happy to receive whatever ever comment you wish to share. Please share it. We are strong. We can take it. And on that note, thank you so much, Mohammed. It has been a pleasure, and thank you always for actually getting this to our beautiful audience. And the motivation would continue, the inspiration would continue until we come your way again. It's a bye from the entire generation next to you. Cheers.